Mr. Nanda, here Supreme Court coming down heavily on Ranveer Allahbadia and also, in very clear and sharp manner telling him to watch what he speaks.
Yes, of course, yes. See, this is misuse, as the Supreme Court says, this is misuse of the liberty granted under Article 21 of the Constitution of India, which provides every citizen of India with the liberty to free speech. But there, the Supreme Court has said that if you go on like this, there is no limit to it. You are living in a society. You can't have the absolute freedom like this. What you spoke is certainly falling within the definition of vulgarity. If this is not vulgarity, what else is vulgarity? We are all living in a society. It is not that we are living in jungles that you can speak and act in whichever manner you want. So I feel that Supreme Court is right in observing all this, that there has to be some restraint through the court or whichever manner, or self-restraint under Article 21. This cannot be absolute.
So, Dr. Nanda, here I would again, I was just discussing with my colleague also, and I would like to take your reaction on it as well. Justice Kant has raised a very important point here, and something that has been discussed widely when it comes to the comments made by the unfortunate comments there made by Ranveer Allahbadia. Justice Kant says that he is not even sparing parents, he's insulting them, and there is something dirty going on in this person's mind that has been spread through this program. Why the courts should favor him? This is what he said, and he says, somebody thinks that because I have become so popular, I can speak any kind of words and take entire society for granted. You tell us anyone in the world who would like such words. And this is the argument here also that many people have raised, that how could anyone, especially a person like Ranveer Allahbadia, who has taken such serious interviews, comes out as such serious persons, person wants people to take him seriously, make such objectionable comment?
Of course, yes. The court is right when, court doesn't, there is no single individual. You are saying names. I will not say so and so judge. It is the Supreme Court speaking through one of those judges or sitting in benches. But this is unfair on part of whosoever it is. In this case, it may be Ranveer Allahbadia. But then, as I just said, we are living in a society. You have to put some restraint. This is not only vulgarity. This is really an insult to the institution called parents. Living in India, we've learned it so much right from our childhood, right from our birth, that we have to respect. We have to respect our
Absolutely,
parents.
and it's such a sensitive subject. It's such a sensitive subject, especially for Indians. We keep our parents next to God. We give them that respect.
Yes. And if you insult them, you should be ready to say you are not a small child. You are not a small school-going person who doesn't have the sense of responsibility. You are running a podcast channel. You know what is what. You've been interviewing people left, right, and center, and you just to gain publicity, you are doing all this. And shame on you.
Absolutely. And also, Dr. Nanda, I would want to play the devil's advocate for a minute here now. Now, there are many also, who are saying that people are unnecessarily blowing this issue out of proportion, since he's already apologized and said that comedy is not my arena.
But then it is not, sorry or error apology is not, cannot always undo the damage. There may be times that you can do, if it is a small thing, you've damaged the entire social fabric. What are you doing? And then you say that I apologize for it. He must be arrested. Speaking for myself, I'm saying he must be arrested. There should be some kind of example before other people, because he's not the only one who's doing it. He's the only one who's perhaps come in the limelight. But there are so many other people who are just going on without any break, without any check-in. This should be an example for all those people. I am certainly in favor of freedom of expression and speech, but certainly not in this way.
Right, and now, of course, the latest we know that the Supreme Court has granted interim protection to Ranveer Allahbadia from arrest. But do you think he's learnt his lessons from this
No
entire?
way, no way. You will see. He will go and play all these dramatics in the Thana also wherever he visits, because Supreme Court has not exempted him from going there. He will have to appear wherever the summons are, wherever the investigation officer in whichever state he is called. He will get his lesson of speaking this way, but he is not going to change. I don't think he's going. All these dramatics will continue. I'm telling you.
Right, and also, Dr. Nanda, for the benefit of our viewers, do tell us what are the potential legal consequences in case Ranveer Allahabadia fails to appear before the investigative
Oh,
agencies.
the protection, the consequences will be that if he doesn't appear before the investigating officers, he can be declared a proclaimed. There can be a bailable offence in the first instance, then the non-bailable offence, the bailable warrants, and then the non-bailable warrants. And in case he still doesn't appear, then under the old act, it was 83 proceedings, CRPC, declaring him proclaimed offender. So he can't travel anywhere. There will be a red corner notice against him in the airport. All those consequences will follow. I'm sure he will not let the things go to that extent that 83 proceedings of declaring him proclaimed offender will be carried out. He will appear, but then if he doesn't appear, there will be certainly bailable and then followed by non-bailable warrants.
Right, let me also ask you this, Dr. Nanda, how does Indian law really define obscenity?
Obscenity is defined as, see, there's something which is against the social order. Here, the social order we've learned is that what the norms are. There cannot be a straitjacket definition for it. It will vary from situation to situation. There certainly cannot be a straitjacket thing that you cannot say. Talking about what the topics he chose in a closed door, in a classroom, in a lecture, it may be all right. It will not certainly be obscenity. But here, talking it in what context, where he is talking, will all be considered in together.